right. So as what I've mentioned just now, for those who are going to present, please turn on your camera. And for those who are not presenting, please turn on, make it clear who is presenting right now. All right, group 5. Who are the member of your group, please?
Okay, the member from this group, the first is me. You can see the batch number in the screen. The second is Deni Dinata, Natia Pratnya, Shava Aninda, and Sienna Diva. It's clear, Miss?
Yeah, sure. Okay, go ahead.
We are want to present about possessive pronoun, possessive adjective, and relative pronoun. We are from group 5. And the first, Natia will explain.
Okay, thank you, Nitya. For the first, let me introduce myself, Miss. My name is Marina Tepatneswari. You can call me Natia. My student number is 21120211151, number 25. Possessive pronouns do exactly what it seems like they should do. Like all pronouns, they replace nouns in a sentence. Possessive pronouns help us show a noun's possession or ownership. However, they are different from possessive adjective. Possessive pronouns, also called absolute or strong possessive pronouns, are mine, yours, his, hers, its, ours, yours, and theirs. They replace a noun or noun phrase already used, replacing it to avoid repetition. I said that phone was mine. That's the example. Next. Okay. Take a look at the examples and see if you can understand one sentence better than the other. Sentence 1, first sentence. Those are my Converse sneakers. They are not your Converse sneakers. Number 2. Those are my Converse sneakers. They are not yours. Number 3. I didn't have my textbook for English class, so Brian lent me his textbook. Number 4. I didn't have my textbook for English class, so Brian lent me his. Number 5. Your travel plans sound just as exciting as my travel plans. Number 6. Your travel plans sound just as exciting as mine. And the example number 2, number 4, and number 6. Thank you.
Okay, I have picture from Google. This is about possessive pronoun. Kata ganti i itu akan menjadi mine. You itu yours, he itu his, ini untuk a boy, and she itu her, itu untuk girl, and it itu its, and they itu theirs. Example, I want the blue shirt back, it's mine. It's related from Natia example. You can see in this picture. It's the subject pronoun is I, the possessive absolute is mine, and the possessive adjective is my. Do you understand that? Okay, next will be Denny explain.
Okay, thank you, Nitya, for the time. So before I go to explain this, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Madya Deni Dinata. My student ID is 21120211150. And I would like to introduce. I would like to explain about relative pronouns. So the relative pronouns is a word that can introduce a dependent or relative clause and connect it to an independent clause. A clause beginning with a relative pronoun is poised to answer questions such as which one, how many, or what kind. And then who, whom, what, which, and that are all in relative. Nitya, can you back to the previous slide? So that all are relative pronouns. And then relative pronoun. The type of relative pronoun can be used depend on what kind of noun is being described. Next. From this table, we can see that who used for the people as an subject, whom used for people as an object, which used for object, who's used to show possession, where refers to places, when refers to time, why refers to reason, what relate to things, and the last one that relate to people, animal, or things. You can see on the table the example too. Thank you.
Okay, that's explained from Denny. Possessive relative pronoun will be explained from Sienna.
Thank you, Nitya, for the change. Before I continue the material, let me introduce myself first. My name is Niptu Sienna Dipalarasati. You can call me Sienna. My student ID is 2112021114 and 4. So now I'll explain about the type of relative pronouns. So there's two types. The first one is possessive relative pronouns. There's an argue that which is a better construction when talking about things rather than people. The truth is that whose has been widely and correctly applied to non-human for hundreds of years. For the example is Rebecca apologized to the boy whose shoes get broken. So the second one is compound relative pronouns. Its relative pronouns applied universally to a number of people or things. They include whoever, whomever, whichever, and whatever. For the example is you can do whatever you want if you are here. Next. So I'm gonna give a short explain about adjective, possessive adjective. So the pattern is possessive adjective plus a noun. Possessive adjective is used to express who owns something and it always sit before nouns. For the example, next. Here, the subject I changes into my. For the example, for the sentence is, I do not choose that my grave should be dug while I'm still alive. As you can see, there's my is always followed by the noun. The noun is grave here. And the other example is same. That's all from me. The next explanation is gonna explained by Safa.
Okay, thank you, Sienna. Okay, the conclusion of this presentation will be explained from Shafa.
Okay, thank you, Nitya. Before I next the material, let me introduce myself. My name is Safa Ananda Putri Wahyudi. My student's ID number is 21120211145. And now I will explain to you the conclusion. Based on the explanation above, the conclusion that we get are possessive pronouns and adjective pronoun is similar. They change a nouns in sentence, but we use possessive pronouns to indicate who owns something, but with pronouns we don't use a noun. We use possessive pronoun when it is clear which object we are referring to. Next, Nitya. And relative pronouns are nouns that mark relative clauses. Relative pronouns like conjunction. In this case, the words that join the clause are clauses that are relative to the main clause. The type of relative pronoun used depends on the type of noun being described. That's all I give to Nitya.
Okay, this is a presentation from we are from group 5. If you have a question, you can text in the chat box. Thank you, and sorry if we have any mistake. Thank you, Miss Tiwi and my friends.
All right, thank you for the first group. From although you call yourself as the 5th group, but you're the first group to present. All right, thank you for the presentation. We are going to the next group for the discussion. We're going to do it at the end of all presentation because you guys are presenting the same topic. So we are going to discuss all of them together at the end, and also comments and also suggestions. Yeah, whatever we need to discuss at the end of the session. Thank you for the first group. The second, please. Should I call your name? All right. If you force me to do it, I don't really want to push you, actually. Who is this? Yuda.
Yeah.
Okay, your group. Yes, group 2, second group. Who are the member?
Dian, can you share the screen, maybe, please?
Sorry, Nitya, I can't share the screen. Sorry.
Oh, maybe Nitya needs to set Dian as
Done.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, class. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, in this special opportunity, my group will explain about possessive pronoun, possessive adjective, and relative adjective. Okay, next. The members of my group are Dian, Winda,
Can you go back?
Kusuma Yuda, okay. Agda Pinky, and the last one is Made Meita.
Hang on. Winda or anyone in the group, would you please send me the student number of your group member?
Okay,
yeah, so it's easier. Yeah, student number. The other member of the group can do it. Winda, you keep presenting.
Okay, next. Okay, the first material is possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns show that something belongs to someone. It could say that a possessive pronoun replaces a possessive adjective plus noun to avoid repeating information that is already clear. I give an example that this is my pen, not your pen. It's sound to repetitive, so it could be this pen is mine, not yours. So it could sound more natural like that. And another example will explain by Dian.
Okay, now I will tell you the example of possessive pronouns. The first one is, wait a minute. The first one is this denim jacket is mine. And also the second example is those white sneakers are theirs. So it's more for the possessive pronouns is in the mine and theirs. The next one will explain by Yuda.
Okay, thank you for the time. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Made Kusmayuda with study ID 211202140. So I will explain to you about possessive adjectives. Possessive adjectives are the words used to show a form of possession or ownership, or are used to express a close relationship with someone or something. The most basic possessive adjectives that are commonly used in the English language is my, yours, its, his, her, their, and whose. Next slide, please. The first example is this is my clothes. The word my in the sentence is show us who owner of the clothes. That means is me, my clothes. Okay. The second example is that is his phone. The word his in this sentence is show us who own the noun of the phone, his phone. Okay, and the last example is my father is here. The word my in this sentence is indicate has a close personal relationship with the father, my father. So that's all about possessive adjectives. Thank you.
Okay, I will continue our presentation. Relative pronouns. Relative pronouns introduce relative clauses. The most common relative pronouns are who, whom, whose, which, that. The relative pronoun we use depends on what we are referring to and the type of relative clause. For the usage of relative pronouns are who, used for people or subject, whom, used for people or object, whose, used to show possession, and which, used for objects, and then that, used for relates to people, animals, and things. And next, we'll continue by Mika. Thank you.
Okay, I will give an example about relative pronoun. The first example is who. The musician who wrote this song is American. The second is whom. She's the woman whom I met in college. The third is whose cake are on the kitchen counter. And the fourth is which. This is the cake which Santi made. The last is that. The example is she blamed herself for everything that had happened. Okay, that's all about me. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, guys, that's all about three material from our group. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, the second group. Now let's move to the third group.
Excuse me, miss, our group wants to present.
Yeah, of course, Dia.
Okay,
who are
thank
the
you.
member of yours?
Please the presentation slide first. Okay, good morning, everyone. I hope you are all having a wonderful day. Because today we are from group 4, we are going to be presenting about our material. Next slide, please. Okay, we are from number 16 until 20, which consists of 5 members. First one is me, Niluputudia Raspadewi, and the second one is Restu Wahyu Tresna Aditya, and the third one is Pande Putu Wida Permata Prabawanti, and the fourth one is Putu Diva Cahya Andita, and the last one is Stephen Kristiadi Unedo Simanjuntak, with the student ID number already on the screen. Next slide, please. So in this time, we are going to be presenting about possessive pronouns, possessive adjective, and relative pronoun. In the first material, which is possessive pronoun, will be explained by Pande Putuwida Permata Prabawanti.
Thank you for the chance. Okay, so I will presentation about possessive pronouns. What is possessive pronouns? Possessive pronouns show that something belongs to someone. In simple terms, possessive pronouns are pronouns that work to show possession. Possessive pronouns function as possessive pronouns with position as nouns and usually stand alone. Possessive pronouns are mine, yours, his, hers, its, ours, and theirs. For example, mine, this motorcycle is mine, or this pen is mine. Yours, that house is yours now. Or another example is I think those red shoes in my house are yours. Theirs. These balls are theirs. Or my place was on the street behind theirs. Next material will be presented by Stephen.
Okay, first allow me to introduce myself. My name is Stephen Kristiadi Unedo Simanjuntak. Okay, and the next example sentence is using ours. Example number 1, those cars are ours. Example number 2, this gold is ours. And example number 3, can you guess which one is ours? Next example sentence is using hers. Example number 1, I don't see my examination score, but I see hers. Example number 2, I want to have a big house just like hers. Next example sentence is using his. The first one is, I like to watch Jackie Chan movie. He is full of action and that makes it interesting to watch. Example number 2, my car is in the parking area. This is in the form of a store. And the last example sentences using its. Example number 1, I'm afraid to see the dog's teeth. It's are sharp. And example number 2, this dog, its horn is loud. Thank you.
Okay, for the next material will be explained by Diva and Restu.
Okay, thanks for the change. My name is Restu Wahyu Tresna Aditya, and I'm gonna presentation about possessive adjective. Possessive adjective is a determiner or special adjective used to express possession of a noun. Possessive adjective consists of my, has, the meaning of mine. His denotes the meaning of his for man. Hers shows the meaning of hers for woman. Your means yours. Ours means ours. It denotes belong to him, which means animal or inanimate object. Their show theirs. An example is like my shoes are dirty. Okay, next by Diva.
Okay, I'm gonna continue the explanation. Possessive adjectives. Next slide, please. Possessive adjectives in a sentence can be used as either the subject or the object. Example, my house cost a lot, and this is my new house. In the first sentence, my house acts as the subject of the sentence by having the meaning my house. While in the second sentence, my new house acts an object in the sentence by the meaning my new house. Next.
Okay, for our last material, which is relative pronoun, I will explain. Relative pronoun is a word that is used to connect one clause to another clause. Relative pronoun usually have 5, which is who, refers to a person, sometimes pets or animals. Second one is whom, which is a more formal form of who. And the third one is which, it refers to animals or things. And the fourth one is whose, refers to a people or animal, but in a form of more possessive meaning. And the last one is that, which refers to a person, animals, or things. Next slide, please. Okay, that is all from group 4 about our presentation. Thank you so much for your attention, and we are sorry if we have made any mistakes.
Thank you for the third group. Okay, fourth group, please. The fourth group, please.
Nitya, could you please allow me to share screen?
So it's going to be your group, Divya?
Yes, miss.
Okay.
All people can share screen now.
Okay, hold on. It's on me. So for the moderator, I want you to please take your time to open the presentation, please.
Can you hear my voice?
It is very clear.
Hello everyone and Miss Asiti. We are from group 3. We will presentation about possessive pronoun, possessive adjective, and relative pronouns. For the first material, will be presented by Divya. Please, Divya, take your time.
Okay, thank you, Martha. First of all, my name is Divya in India. My student ID is 211-2021-099, and my student serial number is number 11. So first, I would like to present to you the definition of possessive pronouns, possessive adjectives, and relative pronouns. Possessive pronouns is a word that takes the place of a noun used to indicate possession. For example, mine, yours, her, his, theirs, ours, and its. Possessive adjective is a word or phrase naming an attribute added to or grammatically related to a noun to modify and show possession or ownership of something. Possessive adjective includes my, your, her, his, their, our, and it. Relative pronoun is a word that introduces a dependent or relative clause and connects it to an independent clause. Relative pronouns consist of who, whom, whose, which, and that. Okay, that is all about the definition. For the next presenter, time is 2.
Okay, my name is Nimedes Jalaksmi. I will tell you if in possessive adjective we use mine, but when in possessive pronoun we use mine. In possessive adjective we use your, and possessive pronoun we use yours. Possessive adjective we use her. In possessive pronoun we use hers. In possessive adjective we use his. In possessive pronoun, we use his, and in possessive adjective, we use their. In possessive pronoun, we use theirs, and in possessive adjective, we use our, and possessive pronoun, we use ours. And next, I will tell you why we use who, which, that, whose, and whom in relative pronoun. Who we usually use for personal pronouns, but can also be used for animals. The pronoun who can be used as a defining or non-defining relative clause, which we use as a animal pronoun as well as innate objects. These pronouns can be used as defining or non-defining relative clause. That can be used for all both humans and inanimate objects. This pronoun can only be used as a defining clause to give meaning to a sentence. Whose can be used to replace humans and animals. However, sometimes it can also be used as a noun pronoun in formal situation. This pronoun can be used for defining or non-defining clause. Who usually used for personal pronouns in formal form or in writing. Often these pronouns are used with prepositions. Whom is really used in conversational form because it is more common to use who. This pronoun can be used for defining or non-defining clause. The next material will explain by Kintan.
Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Kintana Pramesti. My student ID is 21120211104. I want presentation about example sentence of relative pronoun. Can be see on the screen. The person who baked a cake for me is my good friend. The mobile phone which attracted me was for a brain. The woman whom I called gave me some information. The song that you heard yesterday is a new song for our next album. The man whose car was stolen called the police. Okay, the next material by Marta Afrida.
Okay, thank you, Intan. First, I will introduce myself. My name is Marta Frida, and my student ID is 21120211107. I will explain about example sentence of possessive pronoun. The example: this is bag is mine. The dress is yours. The cute cat is hers. The hat is his. These books are theirs. The large house is ours. This tale is its. Thank you. And the next material will be presented by Bayu. Bayu, take your time.
Okay, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Iputu Kordiawan Bayudara with student ID 21120211106, and I will explain about example sentences of possessive adjective. The examples are: this is my bag, I like your dress, her cat is cute, it is his hat, their books are thick, our house is large, and its tail is long. Next slide.
Okay, that's all for our material. Forgive us if we make any mistakes, and thank you for your attention.
All right, thank you. The fourth group. Okay, let's go over the last but not least group. Go ahead. The fifth group.
Yes, Miss.
Yeah, roughly is it going to be your group?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Good afternoon, my friends and Miss Afiti. We are from the last group with member Nitya for.
Sorry, what?
PowerPoint.
Oh, okay. Is clear it?
Yes.
All right, are we going to play Squid Game here? Oh no. Okay, go ahead.
So today we are going to present to you guys about possessive pronouns and also with a member Agina with number 6, Rafu number 7, and we number 9, David number 9, and D number 10. All right.
Sorry, what is this number? I believe your student number is not in one digit.
Absent number, Miss.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is this accurate?
Yes,
I mean,
yes, it's accurate.
Sure.
After this, we will send the student number.
Okay,
Yeah.
good, great. Okay, go ahead.
So let's take a look for the first material. The first speaker is me. I would let me introduce myself first. My name is Amanda Skalati with student number 2112021-098. And now I want to present about possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns show that something belongs to someone. The possessive pronouns are my, our, your, is, her, its, and their. There's also an independent form of these pronouns like mine, ours, yours, its, hers, its, and theirs. Possessive pronouns are never spelled with apostrophes. Possessive pronouns simplify contraction that show position of a noun. Jane takes pride in Jane's outfit. It sounds odd to use Jane's name twice in the sentence, so a possessive pronoun solves the problem. Well, the example is my plane is delayed. Your dinner is ready. Could you bring his tea out to him? Remember to not judge a book by its cover. Next slide. So the next speaker is Rafli.
Okay, thank you, Dini. Today, I want to present about possessive adjective. Possessive adjective are words that modify a noun to show a form of possession, a sense of belonging or ownership. The possessive adjectives that are used in English language are mine, your, our, its, her, his, and their. Today, I want to explain first mine. It used to replace pronoun I. It used to plural and singular. It can be used to man or woman. For example, my name is Joe. Second is yours. It used for pronoun. It used to replace you, and it can be used to male or female. For example, your name is Christopher for male subject, and what your email Sharon is for female subject, and the third is his. His is used to replace he or male subject. It can be plural or singular. For example, what is his name? And second is Harry lives in Paris. His house is near the Eiffel Tower. The next material will be continued by Agina.
Okay, I will explain the rest of
Agina, you are muted.
Yeah. First, her. It is used when the subject is a female person and for plural or singular nouns. For example, what is her name? And next, it is used when the subject is only one thing or one animal. It is for plural or singular nouns. For example, what a cute puppy. What is its name? And next is our. It is used when the subject is we. It is used with singular or plural nouns. And for example, is we are rich. Our house has pools and gardens. And the next is you. It is always used for the pronoun you in singular and in plural. It is for male or female owners. For example, your name is Rafli for a male subject. And the last one is there. It is used when the subject is they. It is used for people, animals, or things. It is used for plural or singular nouns. And for example, these dogs don't have their tails and their ears. And the next material will explain by Devin and Dwi.
I'm sorry, Nitya, but the slide is okay.
Sorry.
Yes. And so my name is Kadek Dwi Antara, and I will explain about the relative pronoun. So a relative pronoun is a word that introduces a dependent or relative clause and connects it to an independent clause. A clause beginning with a relative pronoun is posed to answer questions such as which one, how many, or what kind. And then who, whom, what, which, and that are all relative pronouns. A relative pronoun is a pronoun that used to combine two sentences that have one subject and object. And there is also indefinite relative pronoun with suffix ever, such as whoever, whomever, and whichever. And based on the information that I got from Google, the specialty of relative pronoun is that they can function as a subject, direct object, or possessive. These pronouns only identify living or inanimate objects and cannot be used to represent numbers or gender. And for the next, will explain by my friend Devin.
So hello, my name is Devin Pratama with student identification number 2112021091. My name is you can just call me Devin Pratama. Before I explain, I will ask Nitya to turn the slide to the next page, please. Thank you. So for the example for the use of related clause is for the first, the person who brings you book yesterday was my friend. It using who that used to reverse people as subject. Number two is I'm not sure that guy who belonged to this ticket. It using whom that refers to people as object of the verb. And number three, vocal technique require a lot of training such as falsetto, which surely needs a lot of vocal warm-up. It's used which that refers to animal and objects. Number four, is it what you're talking about yesterday? It using it that also refers to thing. Number five, the taste of the coffee that makes your day feel better is really hard to find. It using that that used refers to people, things, and also animal. Kinds of related clause. So related clause have two kinds. There are dividing related clause that using conjunctions that are used to provide additional explanations for the main sentence and are usually used to complete sentence that require them. And the next is non-dividing related clause, that the opposite of dividing related clause. Non-dividing is a conjunctions that functions as additional informations that are added to main sentence. That's all that I can explain to you guys. Thank you. Yeah. Oh. These are example that also have been told you before. You can go to the next slide.
Well, thank you, Devin, and all of my friends. I would like to read the summary. The possessive pronoun shows that something belongs to someone. The possessive pronouns are my, our, your, his, her, its, and their. There's also an independent form of each of these pronouns are mine, ours, yours, his, hers, its, and theirs. Possessive pronouns are never spelled with apostrophes. They are words that modify a noun to show a form of possession, a sense of belonging or ownership to a specific person, animal, or thing. The possessive adjective that are used in English language are my, your, hers, and their. Each one correspond to subject pronoun. A relative pronoun is a word that introduces a depend or relative clause and connect it to an independent clause. A clause beginning with the relative pronoun is used to answer a question such as which one, how many, or what kind, who, whom, what, which, and that are all relative pronouns. All right, I think that's all from our group. We're so sorry if there's something wrong with our presentation. And good afternoon, everyone.
Okay, thank you. Would you please stop? Okay. All right, we already have presentation from all of the 5 groups. Thank you very much for your work. I really appreciate, actually, despite, okay, everyone can turn on your camera right now. Okay, despite of the limited time that I gave to you, which is only an hour, you guys actually did very well for this, quite well for this, yeah? Okay, the topic is actually really common, and I believe all of you have already learned about this previously in your senior high school or maybe junior high school, and you use those words a lot, even though you're explaining about it, and you also actually use those all words. I believe you all kind of understand about it. Okay, but I have some points that I want to highlight from all of your presentations. Just now, all materials are presented well and complete, but somehow I want you to understand this material not only the same as the way you understand those materials previously. I want you to go a little bit beyond, actually. Okay, so this instead of just mentioning what are the relative clause, what are the possessive pronouns, and what are the possessive adjective, I want you to really go through what is that for? What are the difference between each other? And then I'll actually highlight some of you actually presenting about whom and whose, but none of you actually goes to what is whom and whose for. Yeah, whom and whose and who. Yeah, those are the three things which refers to a quite similar thing, but they are different. So I want all of you to find out about it because none of you actually touch that point. Okay, I don't want to tell you because if that way you will forget it. So I want you to find it so you will remember it longer than if I am telling you what is that. So find out what is who. Okay, who is really clear, right? It's for human, it's for person. But whom and whose are actually different, okay? So you should find out about it. None of you actually explain that is actually the answer. Some of you already explained, okay, whom is for this, whose is for this, but it's actually not really touch the point. It's not really the point. You have to find out from a book, please, like grammar book, okay? Not from a website. Because some of your example just now, I find it here. I actually browse and your sentence, the sentence of your examples for all the relative pronouns and also possessive pronouns, possessive adjective. I found some of your sentences are here, which is okay, but as long as you really understand about it. So that is from the content that I want you to actually understand. And then just now you compare between possessive pronouns and possessive adjective. Do you know the difference between them? Anyone, please? Do you know the difference between possessive pronouns and possessive adjective? You have the examples. Yes, it's clear. They're all okay. They're all correct. But what are the differences? When you use possessive pronoun, when will you use possessive adjectives? Are they substitute each other or are they actually separated? Oh, this one is specifically for this and this one is specifically for that. Anyone knows? No? All right, another homework. This part from whom and whose, you have to find out what is the difference between possessive pronouns and also possessive adjective. Okay? All right. Okay, just now some of you are just mentioning the example of this or this. But I actually expect you to mention or to tell us what's the meaning. Say, for example, her, his, and also theirs, ours. What does that mean? Ours and our and their is actually different, right? Anyone knows what is the difference between our and their?
May I answer, Miss?
Sure. Who is this?
Okay, my name is Divya in India.
Okay.
My student ID is 211-2021-099.
Okay.
So the difference of our and there is our is used when we include ourselves in the sentence, and there is used when we don't include ourselves in the sentence.
Okay, that's correct. When the speaker is included in the intended group. Okay, if you say our class, it means that the speaker or you yourself is the member of that group. But if it's there, it's you are not included. Okay, you might know the meaning of it, but some people may not realize what does it means. Okay, and then her, his, what is that for? Some of you already explained. Some group already explained what is his and what is hers.
Can I answer?
Okay.
Her and his is referred to gender, the speaker or the owner of the belonging.
Oh yes, the gender of the person that you meant. So his is for a boy or a man, and then her is for a girl or a woman, right? So you need to explain about it actually when you are presenting something. All right. Whom and his, clarify more. Okay. Your I understand that you have limited time to prepare for your PowerPoint, but next time you prepare PowerPoint, the PowerPoint needs to help you in illustrating what you are explaining. So it's not just showing what you are saying. You got what I mean? So it illustrates what you are explaining. Just now, some students are actually just have one phrase there, and then you keep telling others about some important points actually. If you want to elaborate those points, you actually can put those points on the slide, and then you elaborate those points. So people has like keywords on what you are explaining. So that will be helpful for you to explain. And when you explain something, it doesn't have to be a PowerPoint. It can be infographic, it could be poster, it could be realia, anything. Or just your like mind mapping something that you can write yourself. It's okay. Yeah, so it doesn't have to be PowerPoint when you explain something. But PowerPoint is good. It's good actually. Okay, and then all right. One point that I highlight: presenting is different with reading. Okay, I believe you all understand what I meant. When you present something, you are not reading. When you present something, you are trying to make others or the listeners of your presentation understand the material the way you understand it. So you are not reading what is already on your slide. Those sentences or those words might be complicated. The more complicated the word is actually good for you to present, because it actually attract the listeners' attention. And then you might want to simplify them. So the listeners will be just like, oh, okay, this is a good presentation. It actually gives them like something new, some new insights about what you are presenting actually. So please, 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 for the next presentation on whatever it is, on what subject it is, please don't read. Okay? Don't read the slide. Don't read your own material. Don't read your own contekan, whatever it is, because people can tell. And when you read, the audience tend to be like less respect, because okay, I can read it later when they give it to me. But when you have some point that is actually ensure the listener that you understand about it and it's interesting, so the listener would listen and your presentation will be much more interesting than the other. Gitu ya. No lecturer, I give you tips, no lecturer likes to see a reading presentation. Okay, so make sure you understand what you are saying. It doesn't have to be complicated. If it's really hard for you to understand, how can you make the others understand? Right? Kalau kalian belum mengerti yang lain, yang mendengarkan bagaimana? Itu mereka akan lebih jauh, lebih tidak mengerti lagi. So that's my point. I told you. Yeah, please don't read. Okay? And then use your own words. It doesn't have to be complicated to show others that you are intelligent. No. Okay? And you don't have to ensure someone else that you are intelligent. No. You have to ensure yourself that you are understand about it, that you are good enough about it. Okay? That's what I want to highlight. So use your own words when you present. So it's actually really easier for others to understand. Yeah? So now you're trying quite hard to make it seem complicated, but it's actually very simple. So you don't have to do that. Okay? And then, part of speech. Noun, verb, adjective, adverb. Most of you are saying like, okay, now I'm going to presentation about. No, presentation is a noun. Okay, it's a noun. Kata benda. Yeah, and when you say, I'm going to present. So present is the verb. Okay, so when you say, okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to present about this. Yeah, please look up at the pattern or the will or be going to. Jadi dia pakai verb, bukan pakai noun. Okay, presentation is the noun. So you have to be careful about it. So you have to check what is the part of speech for this word. Is that right? Is that a verb or is that the noun or is that what you have to use? Jadi most of you tadi use that word. So I will presentation, I will present. Should be that way. Okay, that's the technical things about your presentation. And then, okay, and your PowerPoint just now is really creative. I am quite fascinated. You can do that in a very short and limited of time. I appreciate your hard work just now. Thank you very much. You take this very seriously. And I believe whatever I am mentioning about just now is for your improvement. No, it's not for like looking for your mistakes. No, because you need to improve, right? You are learning here. I don't expect you to be perfect at the first, but I want you to improve. So I highlight a lot of things that you need to improve, and I already appreciate what you already did. They are all awesome. They're all perfect. Okay, you find the material, you work in group very carefully, and you form the group. Everything is really smooth in this class. I really appreciate that, and I'm really proud about it. Okay? All right, since you are all the experts of this material about possessive pronouns, possessive adjective, and relative pronouns, so I give you the homework about that. So I expect the answer by tomorrow. How's that sound? So it could be in the Telegram group only. So anyone who has any idea about my questions? I have 2 questions just now, right? What is the difference between whom and whose? And also what is the difference between possessive pronoun and, possessive adjective and possessive pronoun. Okay, so I don't want you just to recall or identify that is the lowest level from learning. So I want you to understand about it because later you're supposed to be English teacher and you have to be able to understand it. But before that, you have to go through lots of courses and classes that ask you or demand you to understand about it. Yeah. Okay, so you have to find out about it. You have to find the meaning, not only recalling. Okay, possessive pronouns are this. That is really the lowest level. While you can have the example just now, even though I know some of you take example from the internet, but it's okay. As long as you understand that, it's still acceptable. But later on, let's try to make your own example. Okay? All right. Is there any questions from you guys?
Miss, I want to suggest something about the homework.
Yes, Divya.
Okay, maybe instead of submitting them on the group, maybe we'll take time to scroll the messages. Maybe we can use Google Form instead.
Do you think so?
Yeah, everyone can open the link and submit their answers. So,
okay, so it will be easier for me, yeah? So because there will be good one, good idea. Yeah. Why I don't really think about it? Thank you, Divya, for idea. I think I'm gonna go with that. Yes. Hopefully I can send it to you this late afternoon, maybe, because I have class after this. So I'll do it together. Thank you for the idea, Divya. Maybe that's better, yeah? So you can type your answers there. And I can have like the summary of it in Excel so I can know your answers. Thank you very much. Yes.
You're welcome, Miss.
Yes. Anyone else wants to say something? How do you feel about today's?
Okay, Miss, can I try to answer your homework about different different possessive pronoun and adjective pronoun?
Possessive pronoun and possessive adjective, you mean?
Yes, like that.
Yes.
Can
maybe I want you to really think, like I want you to read some sources and you really think about your answer. So it doesn't need to be hurry right now, Nitya. And I want you to write your answer later. Okay. So you can find from some sources, you can find from the internet, you can read or find it out from some books, like grammar books that you have, or anything else. So you really think about it and try to understand it, not just like the surface understanding. Okay, so I'll give you more time for that.
Okay, Miss.
All right. Okay. Anyone else? Is that clear? Okay. And some of you, please do a pronunciation practice. Yeah. You need to do it a lot. I'm not demanding you to talk like native, but I want you to pronounce words that you use frequently correctly. You know what I mean? So it doesn't have to be like you have to talk like native or even British accent. I'm not demanding the accent. It can be Balinese accent or anything. But I want you to pronounce the words correctly. Yeah? The accent doesn't matter. Any accent is accepted as long as the pronunciation is correctly done. So you need to find out about it, try to do it, and practice about it. Okay? All right, then, if you have nothing to say, so I'll send you the link for the Google Form. Thank you very much for today, then. I'll end the class today. I'll see you next week. Yeah, bye.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss. Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.